applause for Scott Warren. That was a song called This Is Your Life that was written by Ronnie James Dio, and Scott did a wonderful job opening things up. You guys doing okay?
Yeah!
Hot!
We'd like to come inside, please.
I'm Eddie Tron from That Metal Show on VH1 Classic and various radio stuff, and I am honored beyond belief to be standing here today, and I want to thank Wendy and the entire Dio family for bestowing me this honor to be here today. Pay tribute to a friend, a legend, an icon, and one hell of a singer, Ronnie James Dio. Over the last couple days, close friends and family of Ronnie have spent a lot of time sharing stories, a lot of time grieving about the loss of such a great man. And coming into this event, and we all know how much Ronnie loved the fans. For the fan celebration, this is really the best way to send out Ronnie James Dio. And everyone backstage and everyone coming into this off of the last couple of days, which have been so rough, have been saying, well, what kind of tone should we have for this day? What's the mood going to be? What's the vibe going to be?
Celebrate.
There are a ton of fans outside waiting and trying to get in here that unfortunately can't, but they're watching on screens. So thank you guys out there. Thank you inside for being here. And I say that we send out the great Ronnie James Dio and celebrate his memory rock and roll style with some great music, right?
Screens aren't really working.
In the next couple hours, we are going to celebrate this man's incredible legacy, his incredible music, and the incredible person he was, which is something me and so many others in his friends and family had a chance to experience. And if you guys were just fans and didn't have a chance to meet the man, you'll be hearing about what an incredible person he was, because as great of a singer as he was an even better human being. And that's saying something. So to continue the music right now, performing a couple songs from an album called Butterfly Ball, which was something that Ronnie did just before joining Rainbow. It was a collaboration that he did with members of Deep Purple at the time, released in the early 70s. And it was the project that earned Ronnie James Dio his first ever gold record as well. Taught him how to breathe properly as one of the things that made him such a great singer from the very beginning right up till his last days. As we go chronologically here through his history, here's some of the early Dio bands, including Ronnie and the Red Caps, Ronnie and the Prophets, the Vegas Kings, and several others. Many of these bands Ronnie had even prior to high school, being dedicated to music at such a very, very early age.
Look, it's the guy from Armored Saint. Phil Sandoval, I think.
This is all pre-horns.
She passed away, and Ronnie loved her very, very much. I still take care of his father at this time back in Portland. I really miss my friend. I miss him very much. Many of you have never probably took the ride on the 405 out there with Ronnie. They called it Toad's Wild Ride. Trust me, it was Toad's Wild Ride. He called me up one night. He'd come back from a concert. He had this tremendous story. He says, Harold, you will never guess in a million years what just happened. Well, he was so excited, he didn't give me a chance to guess. But he told me the police had picked him up at the airport. They took him to a water tower. I don't know how many people know this. And a man on top of that water tower was going to commit suicide. They took Ronnie up there. The guy said to Ronnie, I have failed you, Mr. Dio. I have failed you, and I will jump off this silver tower. Ronnie talked him down. Ronnie's my hero for that. So Ronnie reached out in many different ways. The children of the night.
Thank you all so much for coming. That really means the world to all of us. I come before you today to tell you that there is a hole in my heart. One that I know I can't fill. To lose my father, emotions which are running through me today. So many things that I wish I could tell him. My father and I were very similar people, besides the height thing. We both love animals. We're both impatient, stubborn, demanding, but fiercely loyal to the ones we love. And while I wasn't blessed with his musical talent, he gave to me the love of music, and especially the love of hard rock. Which has enriched my life more than you can even imagine. I guess it's inevitable when you grow up and the first bands you hear are Elf and Rainbow and the greatness of Black Sabbath. And as I grew, whenever I would listen to a CD which really excited me over the years, the first thing I would always think is I gotta call Dad.
Wonderful conversation, and it's a conversation I'm so happy we had, especially on a day like today where we told each other how much we loved each other, and I told Ronnie that I was there for him whatever he needed, and I was so down when I called him and so bummed out and sad and on the verge of tears, and after talking to Ronnie for a few minutes, he had just gotten the news about his cancer. He lifted me up. I had called him to lift his spirits, and he lifted me up. He said, kid, we're going to beat this. He says, I'm going to slay this dragon. And the bravery and the way he lifted others around him right up until his last days is something that I think is really important. That point gets out today to everybody. It was truly remarkable.
What I'm saying is listen to his music, listen to his words, and feel the magic, because this was his life, his whole life.